How's it going, dudes? Adrenaline Actual back again with some more gear review videos. We got our Vertex Recon base layer in today, so this will be a first impression sort of video. Fitment, why I got it, what I think about it so far, things like that. You know, first and foremost, I don't have affiliations with any company that I've talked about on this channel. Probably won't for some significant period of time, so my opinion and whatnot is not skewed. Just keep you informed. There are two jackets on the table today. We have the Vertex Recon base layer and the Arcteryx Atom LT Leaf. That's part of their Leaf line, which is their law enforcement and military line. I've had that jacket, the Arcteryx Leaf jacket, for about 2 years now. Been a daily driver. I absolutely love it. It's perfect for spring and fall time conditions, and for the winter conditions, as long as it's not, you know, super frigid towards like 0. I've got an Arcteryx base layer I wear underneath it, and it's, you know, it's nothing to keep you warm. That's more of an active setting in the winter too. I wouldn't wear that, you know, if I wasn't doing anything crazy, anything active. Obviously you're gonna want something a little bit more puffy for that. So first and foremost, the reason I got the Vertex base layer, Recon base layer, and not an Arcteryx product in Multicam, being that I'm such a Multicam and Arcteryx freak. Well, this jacket in Multicam, which if you haven't noticed, they look very similar. They're probably actually the same, and we'll get into why. This jacket in Multicam will run you like $400 to $600. I think it's about $400 or $500. If you want the winterized version without the side gussets that both of these have, you're looking at about $800. If you want the actual winter jacket Multicam, you're looking at like $1,500 to $1,600. Yeah, I spend a lot of stupid money on airsoft and my hobbies. That is something that I won't spend money on. A Multicam jacket that I'm not going to wear too much just because I don't want to get made fun of outside of, you know, airsoft and my hobbies, including hiking and shit like that. But yeah, that's just a little crazy to spend on something, you know, I'm going to wear at Milsim West maybe once a year for a cold event, or, you know, airsoft a few times a year for cold stuff. Instead, I would rather buy Vertex, and we'll get into why I went with this jacket particularly. Looking for reviews of this jacket or any information on this jacket was pretty hard. There's not much on the internet about this jacket. Reviews or anything really. It's like 3 or 4 years old that I can tell, that has been around. There was one, however, this guy, I think he lives in like Oregon or something. He has an affiliation with Vertex. He was sent this jacket, and he offered up some information that is what really sold me on this jacket. He had said, and he was not sure if he was really supposed to say or not, Vertex was contracted, and I'm paraphrasing here, Vertex was contracted by Arcteryx to make this jacket. This is basically a Vertex design with Arcteryx, you know, guidelines, I guess. So, because I'm not going to buy a multicam version of this, I would really like a cold weather multicam version of something. I was set. This goes for like $170, $180 on most websites. I purchased this through Amazon. I think it was like $140 or $150. It was sent by Optics Planet, so obviously Optics Planet was the one who was drop shipping it through Amazon. Fitment. I wear a size large shirt that is definitely on the tighter side of large, size of large. Both of these jackets are in extra large, and the Arcteryx definitely has a lot of space to work with. I could fit a larger, more puffier base layer underneath, and still have maybe a little bit of wiggle room. The Vertex, however, fits like it should, in my opinion. It fits like an extra large. I have no problem putting a base layer underneath there for the heavy winter months, and I think that I would be extremely comfortable. The material differences, again, this one has more of a stretchy, soft outside. This one has more of a sealed soft, but it's not soft shell exterior. Somewhere in their paperwork they mention it's made out of material that's kind of whether that was on purpose or not. It definitely is a quieter material, like both of them. But I guess my main point is this one seems like it would repel water easier, more effectively, and for longer than this does. With that being a softer material, it might be hard to see. There's some pilling. There's some pilling on the Arcteryx. This does not appear like it's ever going to do that. It's definitely a different sort of material. I expect this to last probably a little bit longer than that. Both have YKK zippers, and you know, I don't have the paperwork. I didn't even take the time to really look into it. Sorry, I apologize. But I believe they both have what's called the Permaloft insulation interior. So we'll take a look at this. This one's the hooded version, by the way. Looks like shiny ripstop material, very light, very comfortable, very soft. And imagine that, look at that. Ripstop, very soft, very light, very comfortable, fluffy on the inside. Taking these two jackets and comparing them side to side, other than the exterior, they literally do not look any different. Do not look any different, do not feel any different. They both have side pockets, they're both insulated in the pocket. They both have this side gusset plate. I don't know if that's the right term. This side gusset where it's stretchy, you know, around the love handle area. Granted, the mesh on the Arcteryx look a little bit wider, or maybe that's just the design. The same function, you know. I don't believe Vertex stole this idea. I do believe what that guy had to say, that you know, Arcteryx basically contracted the design from another company, and they basically slapped the Arcteryx sticker on it. But that's not a bad thing, because Arcteryx demands quality through their reputation, and they obviously picked a company that they thought would fulfill that. So that makes me very optimistic about this jacket in particular. If Arcteryx felt that their, you know, build quality was good enough for them, I doubt Vertex did much of anything different, and they're delivering basically the same product Arcteryx would. This is a non-hooded version. I don't even know if they offer a hooded version, but it has this nice comfy band around the neck area, very soft. The only thing I've noticed, maybe that's because I got a thick old neck, this zipper here in this position kind of hits my Adam's apple. I have the same problem on the Arcteryx base layer. I can't even think of the proper name for it now, but the thing that I put on underneath this, I've noticed that same issue. The zipper is definitely hitting my Adam's apple. A little uncomfortable, maybe with some more use, a little bit of wear that'll kind of loosen up and go away. Because they do have such a similar design, they actually have the same internal zippered pocket on your left breast area. Feels like the same exact material. Even if you were to line up the stitching from the neck to the breast area, I mean, they're literally an exact copy of each other, you know. Boom. The same zippers, but I mean, I guess that's not crazy because they are kind of standardized YKK zippers. The biggest thing I like so far, I mean, other than it's multicam and it wasn't $800, is that they changed the design of the cuffs. This cuff is tight, very hard to pull up too far. You can, but it feels like you're just going to pop the stitching. I mean, I've never done that on this jacket, but that's really what it feels like. This was designed so that you can really get this up higher, up on your forearm. I mean, I got some pretty big forearms. Not an issue. Feels like it slides up just fine. Doesn't feel like it's going to pop anything. And unfortunately, you know, you might have put on a base layer and your outer layer, one of these for example, and you thought you were going to be working less than you were, and it was, you know, pretty cold out in the morning, let's just say at Milsom West, and all of a sudden you get in some crazy contact and you're really super warm. Well, you don't have the ability to lift this cuff as high as you do this, and sometimes, you know, having some exposed forearms is the difference between cool and not cool. Another feature of the Vertex that's worth stating, they've got these little fabric rings here stitched into the sleeves, and that's to interface with their bigger insulated like hard shell or I guess soft shell jackets. Those go for like $450 or $500, but again, for the price of this and that other one, you're looking at the like mid warmth version of the Arcteryx Leaf product. So if that's something to you where you can afford, you know, an $800 entry-level cold gear leaf jacket, go for it. But if you're looking for something, you know, not so expensive because you spent a ton of money on other crap like I did, I would definitely recommend this jacket. Stay tuned, we got some more review videos. We're actually shooting them right now, so they should be up shortly.